What if I told you there's a social media app right now that wants to pay you 6% interest on your savings, no lockup period? The best bank in America pays around 4.5%. You also get a metal Visa card, 3% cashback, and Elon Musk promised that you won't need a bank account ever again. So since the launch, everyone has been asking the same question. Is my money actually safe in there? But I think that is the wrong question, because the more interesting one is, why does this thing exist at all? And the answer almost has nothing to do with banking. So what is X Money? On June 25th, X Money went live for premium users in the US. 6% on your deposits with no minimum balance, 3% cashback on the debit card, and your money gets spread across a network of partner banks overnight, so it's FDIC insured up to $10 million. On paper, this is simply the best deal in American banking history. Nothing else come close, and that alone should make you pause. But you know the saying, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Well, even Revolut, who used the exact same partner bank as X, caps its 5.5% rate at $10,000 because paying above the market on deposit is how you lose money. And nobody does it out of generosity. It got to the point where Senator Elizabeth Warren sent Musk a letter asking what risky investments, intrusive data monetization activities, or gimmicks are paying for that yield. That question is still open, by the way. Now, the polite explanation is that the 6% is just marketing. X is paying to acquire you as a customer. Kind of like how Uber used to subsidize your rides. I miss those days. Fair enough, but it does make you wonder, acquire you for what exactly? And this is where the story gets familiar, because we have seen this playbook before. Musk has been talking about turning X into an everything app since the day he bought Twitter, one app where you chat, shop, invest, and bank. Basically an American WeChat. And in classic Elon fashion, X Money itself was promised for April. It showed up at the end of June. The bigger problem though, every Western company that tried this hit the same wall. PayPal tried and quietly crawled back to just doing payments. Meta launched its own digital currency, gave up completely. Even Twitter itself had a little buy button back in 2010s, phased out. WeChat and Alipay only worked in China because there was no credit cards and no big banks standing in the way. America, meanwhile, already has Venmo, Cash App, and 1,000 banks paying decent interests. And X is attempting all of this while its own daily users are shrinking, down 15% year over year. So a saturated market, a shrinking user base, and a product that loses money on every single deposits? I mean, why would you launch that this aggressively right now? Well, the answer isn't on X's balance sheet at all, it's on SpaceX. Quick pause before we get to the next section, because the next part builds on something I have covered before. 2 weeks ago, I made a video on why the biggest IPOs in history really need your money, and SpaceX was the main character of that story. I'll link it below and on the end screen. And if you enjoyed these stories, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. Now, back to the video. So here's the timeline nobody at X will say out loud. June 12th, SpaceX goes public in the biggest IPO in human history. $75 billion raised. To put that into perspective, that's more than double the record Saudi Aramco set back in 2019. Within 4 days, the stock hit $225, and Musk officially became the world's first trillionaire. Then people actually read the filing, and what they found is basically two companies wearing one ticker. Company 1 is Starlink, honestly a beautiful business. $11.4 billion in revenue last year, a genuine cash machine. But Company 2 on the other hand, xAI, the AI business Musk merged into SpaceX back in February. And this one is a furnace. In the first quarter, for every single dollar xAI earned, it lost $3 and spent another $940 on data center. That's roughly a $30 billion a year burn rate, more than NASA's entire annual budget. And just as you thought the filing couldn't look any worse, it turns out 78% of the IPO money was already promised to insiders and vendors before the stock even started trading. So, surprise, surprise, on June 22nd, the stock dropped 16% in a single day. On the 23rd, it broke below its debut price, and on the 25th, 2 days later, X-Money went live. Now, to be fair, this product has been in the works for over a year, so it wasn't cooked up in a panic over a weekend. But a nearly $2 trillion valuation sitting on top of a money-losing AI business needs a constant supply of exciting new story to stay alive. And that week, the story the empire needed wasn't a rocket, it was your savings account. So can X-Money save SpaceX? I mean, even if it becomes the most successful fintech in America, deposits don't fix a $30 billion a year furnace. What it can do is keep the story exciting. And one business lesson here is that when the numbers stop working, the story gets louder. Which brings us back to that 6%. It's probably real for now, the same way every promotional rate is real until it isn't. It's kind of scary to think how many people will move their entire savings in there without ever asking who is actually paying for it. So just understand what you are in this trade. You're not really the customer here. You're the proof that the Everything app story is working. Let me know in the comments below. Would you put your savings into X-Money? Or do you think this whole thing is just a very shiny distraction? I'll see you guys in the next video, and thanks as always for watching.